My conspiracy is so last year. So they got this thing saying that that whatever colors that the Super Bowl, so you know how it says like Super Bowl 45 or whatever has the numbers. So the theory is whatever colors that are on that the Super Bowl for that year is the teams that is going to be in the Super Bowl. Last year the colors was green and red. The Eagles and the Chiefs went. This year the colors are red and purple, and they're trying to say that that's the San Francisco 49ers and the Ravens. Do y'all believe in any of that? Do y'all believe that
I
it's a
I personally
possibility?
don't.
No. So
I
what
mean,
happens?
is it a possibility? Sure, sure. Yes, it is a possibility. But I just choose to believe that like it's hard to predict like somebody that's so impactful for the 49ers like Bosa. Like they can't control whether or not he gets hurt and tears something. Knock on wood, you don't want him to, but I'm just saying if he happens to go down, I don't think that they have enough power to like prevent injuries and things like that.
So speaking of that, right?
Right, right,
Last year in the Super Bowl,
right.
when the Eagles lost, they lost on a pass interference play. A call that they wouldn't have called the whole rest of the game. But at the
That's
end of
fair.
the game, with the game on the line, they gave the game to Patrick Mahomes. That's the way I
I
saw it last year. That's the way I see it still. I feel like they was not gonna not let Patrick Mahomes win that Super Bowl. So they called that foul, and it put it that one foul, that one call that they didn't call the whole fucking game
nope.
is what gave them the space to kick a field goal and win the game. Now he has to make the field goal,
Right,
of
right,
course,
right.
but that one play changed the whole fucking game. The Eagles had the game won until they made that call and changed the whole fucking game, and then they ended up losing. So, with that being said, I absolutely believe that the refs can change the outcome of a game. Absolutely. And I think they do it all the
Yeah,
times. You don't see all the bullshit calls that fucking Patrick Mahomes be getting, even this
I
year.
I do, but it's almost like if you choose to believe that the refs are in fact in favor of one team or said player, it then I don't think I would even watch sports anymore. And
Now,
but like,
now, now
go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead. No, 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 go ahead, because I know what I'm gonna say.
Well, only because I choose to believe that refs will give certain people calls. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is the face of the NFL or one of them. So he is
He is.
gonna get that call 9 times out of 10. He's gonna get it because he's the favorable person in there. That's who they're trying to protect. They did the same thing with Tom Brady. They do the same thing with uh, LeBron, KD. They're all getting those calls 9 times out of 10, whereas the other players are really only getting them 4 times out of 10.
Is that fair?
Uh, by rule book, no. But we all know that these guys are all stars and that they're viewed differently in the NBA because they generate a lot of money back to their respective teams and to the brand.
It's
So
all
they're favorable.
entertainment. It's
I
all
know. It
entertainment.
is.
You know what I'm
It
saying?
is.
But, um, so what you gonna say if the 49ers and the Ravens make it to the Super Bowl this year?
I'm gonna say where are the Eagles and where are the Chiefs? Because I believe both of those teams are better than those.
It's either it could be the Eagle, I mean, it could be the 49ers and the Ravens or the Vikings and the Chiefs.
Do you think the Vikings can make it there?
Well, the colors is purple and red on the Super
Right.
Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah. I see. I see. I
So
see.
it has to be those are the only purple colors. So it's either the Vikings in the NFC or it's the Ravens in the AFC. But if the Ravens make it, then that means that the 49ers will make it.
Yeah.
You get what I'm
Okay. I
saying?
like
And
the
vice
colors.
versa. Vice versa. That's the whole thing. I think if I think
That's
if
crazy.
yeah, exactly. I think if two teams, no matter what two teams, make it to the championship this year and their colors, one color is red and one color is purple, I will probably stop watching football forever.
I will flip that question to you. What if those colors don't represent who makes it to the Super Bowl? Will you then not believe in that anymore, or will you see what maybe next year does or the year prior?
I mean, well, see, here's the thing though, because now people are calling it out, so they might try to switch that shit up just to motherfucking.
Okay,
You get what I'm
I
saying?
understand.
So I'll be like, okay, so it didn't happen or whatever, and then I'll wait till the next year, and regardless of the fact, two teams that make it to the Super Bowl should not be the two colors of the Super Bowl. There's no fucking way.
I understand. It just seems funky.
It's yes, exactly. So I don't
Just
know.
looks funky. Yeah.
Right. So that was my
I agree.
conspiracy. Go ahead, Ricky. What was yours?
I don't know if I said it on camera, but earlier in the episode, I said I think all these sports, it's all fake, besides wrestling.
Wait, say that one more time. My fault.
And I said, I don't know if I said it on camera, but in the beginning of the episode, I said all these sports are fake. The outcomes are fake. Basketball, boxing, football, wrestling, soccer. I think it's all faked. And the people with the big money, they say who's going to win, who's going to lose.
That's why earlier I was like, hold on, I got something. That was what I wanted to say earlier, but I was like, let's wait for the pod to actually talk about it. That was but I wanted to wait to the conspiracy part of the.
You ever seen
show.
that clip of John Cena talking about it in his speech? You ever seen that?
I'm
No.
not sure. Might have. I'm not sure though.
I'll see if I can find it. But here it is.
I want to show you. I'm gonna send something to you too, and I want you to play it so that he can see what's.
All right.
But go ahead, play that.
Okay, I get it. I get some tension in the room. Let's just address it. Why the hell did they get me to host this thing? No, I'm serious. Biggest night in sports. They couldn't go out and get Kevin Hart, Matt Damon,
I did see that.
Porzingis.
I said Chris Stacks
He was my
Porzingis.
number one, by the way. Instead, they hand it to a guy who spends most of his life in jean shorts and is actually proud of it. Why? Why did they go get a guy from the redheaded stepchild of sport and entertainment? Why did ESPN get a host from the WWE? I mean, it's rigged. Did I just spoil the surprise for some of the people? It's scripted entertainment. What we do is fake, right? So I know what you're thinking. Me hosting the ESPYs, that's crazy. Or is it genius? It's time to take a look at yourself, sports, and realize that you're more like the WWE than you have ever imagined. I'm going to start with the NBA. Cleveland won.
Throwing up that 666. Saw that?
No, I missed it.
That's actually impossible. There is no
Like
way
this.
that wasn't scripted. Especially when you look at the whole story. Okay, LeBron. You used to be a good guy, and then you turned into a bad guy. And now you're a good guy again? And you left the NBA hanging. What are they going to do when they don't have a bad guy? Exactly what we do. They're going to make a new one. My hat's off to football, though. They got it right this year. Our beloved hero. He was sidelined. Looks like all hope was lost. Helpless in the clutches of his arch nemesis. But in the moment of truth, Peyton comes off the bench, wins the championship, and rides off into the sunset with the love of his life.
What is that?
For you and Papa John. But that's not the only thing football gets right. I mean, they build characters. Odell Beckham Jr.
OBJ.
Hell, he already looks like a WWE superstar. He is one parent away from being Coco Beware. But I will admit, here's the one place that the WWE has you beat, the one thing we have that you don't. Vince McMahon. A maniacal billionaire pulling the strings behind the scenes who uses every trick in the book to manipulate things to his advantage any way he can. Something like that is way too crazy for real sports.
Roger Goodell.
Or maybe we have more in common than you think. Maybe on the biggest night where sport meets entertainment, they got the perfect host.
John Cena.
Yeah. I sent you that other thing too.
Or email?
Yeah, I want him to see this one. This is the same thing, but it's with basketball. It's actual players.
Gilbert Arenas.
No. I fuck with Gilbert Arenas. I watch his podcast at work.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things about it.
Listen to this first.
I was like, listen,
That's Iguodala.
Game is the hardest game in your life.
Pause it.
They be
Pause
like,
it.
why?
Do you know who this is?
Yeah, this is a Sixers legend. Yes,
Okay,
Andre
yeah. So
Iguodala.
it's Iguodala and it's Evan Turner.
Tell people all the time, I was like, listen, closeout game is the hardest game in your life. And they be like, why? And I can't say it.
No, I'll tell it. Go ahead. You got to be the vehicle. I remember we were about to play Game 7, 2012. So we were about to play the Celtics or whatever.
Game 7.
So I'm hyped as hell. I'm like, yeah, bro, we got a Game 7. So Eldon's like, you know we're going to have to win by 15 just to win by 1. So I'm like, what you mean? He's like, bro, this is the NBA, it's entertainment. LeBron is in the Heat or waiting. Would you rather watch the Celtics or the Sixers play the Heat? I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm on the team. I wouldn't even watch the Sixers play the Heat type. Like, so we get in this game, you know how much money the NBA is gonna lose. So I'm like, I guess, like a decent amount. It's like, okay then. So like, that's why I'm telling you, take M's and M's from this. I'm like, what? He's like, millions of memories. Because this is entertainment.
Damn, that's a bar.
You got to win by 15 because you have to
win by 1.
You have to be up so much that don't affect it.
Tell
We
people
shot
all-
like
Hey, mic drop. Former players. What you got to say to that?
That's interesting. I mean, at the end of the day, Andre Iguodala, like, I don't know how he's like he made a lot of game tying and game winning shots, but like at the end of the day, he has to hit those shots.
You
to
know,
win those
Steven
games,
Adams.
to do those things.
Steven Adams could make. They said he made like 30 fucking 3-pointers in practice.
In a
And
row.
he can't in a row, and he can't make one in a real game. Why is that?
Right.
I don't know.
Well, he is stationary.
I'm not just saying Steven Adams. I'm saying probably the majority of NBA players. You got to remember, all they do is practice. They're shooting the ball a lot of times, so they can
Repetition.
they can make the shot. Oh, here's the thing too. Just because the refs fix it for you to lose, you still have to do your part too.
Right. Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
That's my answer to that. That's my rebuttal. Yeah.
So, but here's the thing though. If the refs is calling bogus fouls to keep you in the game, is that not rigging the game? You still have to.
No, it is.
You still
it
have
is.
to do your part. But
By textbook, yes, it is.
But if the refs are calling bogus fouls and putting the other team to the line and giving them free points just so they stay in the game, and they just happen to miss the game-winning shot, it's like, damn, well, we tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all ain't do y'all part. Next game.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing when it happens as cut and dry like that, but I have seen games where like I question that call, and then like 2 minutes later, they'll call something in favor of my team. And
To try
I'll
to
be like,
make
that's fair. It looked fair. You know, at least sometimes it looks fair, but definitely sometimes it looks rigged. It's just like I don't understand that.
That's how it was in the Super Bowl last year. I was like, bro, come on, man. Why you going like y'all literally gave them the game by giving them this call. Y'all gave them the game because I think at that point they was like on the 30-yard line. That's an easy field goal for field goal kickers. So once y'all gave them that fucking field, it was like the game is over. Like the game is over. But
It was annoying to watch.
So what you got next?
Do you still watch NBA knowing all this Portuguese?
Absolutely.
I don't
I was watching earlier.
I don't watch it as much. Like I think I watch football games more now. I think
That's fair.
it's just NBA games. Remember how I said earlier, like I'll probably watch a movie and I'll have it on the side, and I'll be listening. I'll look back
Multitask with it.
Yeah. So NBA games, that's kind of what I do, because it's not really as exciting as it used to be for some reason. It's like, I guess all the shooting and shit. I think it was funner
too.
I think it was funner when people were trying to get closer to the rim, trying to dunk a lot more. Now everybody just want to shoot threes. It's not really as entertaining for me. You know what I mean? And you know, it's a lot softer too. People can't really, I don't know, man. It's not really a lot of defense. It's just not as exciting as it once was for me. So I'll keep it on the side, but I don't really be paying attention to it unless like the Sixers are playing. Then I'll watch.
That's my gripe with the NFL, because sometimes I feel like the NFL just makes it impossible for anybody to play defense. Like I genuinely feel bad for safeties and cornerbacks, because literally they're restricted in almost everything that they need to do to disrupt the pass or to disrupt a receiver from getting a pass. I feel like it's nearly impossible. I think that's why there's only a couple top tier corners and safeties in the league, and there's not many of them. There's not many household names, because they just made it harder to play defense.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. I mean, it's sports in general. Everything is harder now. I mean, I feel like everything.
Oh my!
I feel like it's easier.
Ticky-tack calls in the NBA with the swing through call.
That's James Harden's fault.
Letting all those travels go. I mean, they let travels.
I saw LeBron take like 8 steps. I was like, what?
I know. I've seen him do it. I've seen Westbrook do it. I've seen all the great ones do it.
Why do people think the Earth is flat?
So he sent me this.
Who?
Oh yeah.
Kizzy.
Yeah.
For our last episode, we were talking about this came up. And so
Earth.
this was his thoughts on top of
But
the topic.
I thought you said we couldn't talk about this.
I never said that.
I was saying, well, not this specifically. I was just saying about the Bible.
But this has everything to do with the Bible, though.
What does this lead back to the aliens?
All of that has everything to do with each other. The reason it's a flat Earth is because there's a firmament. The firmament is.
I see your point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's the whole. And in the Bible he mentions a firmament, and he doesn't mention aliens. That's what I was saying last podcast. So it's like, if we're going back to this, it's all gonna come back to the same thing. The reason that I believe is flat is because there's a firmament. Nothing can get in, nothing can get out.
Ready?
People think the Earth is flat. The Earth is clearly round, right? That's why we have the horizon, time zone, seasons, day and night cycle. We've fucking seen it from space. We know more about the curvature of the Earth than the vast majority of things in our world. How can someone get confused about the shape of the Earth? Well, the answer is actually more annoying than you'd think. Flat Earthers aren't coming to the conclusion that the Earth is flat the same way we came to understand that the Earth is round. Scientific experiments, general observations, and mathematical equations all prove to us that the Earth was round. The Flat Earthers' belief isn't based on evidence, it's based on distrust. They believe that people in power are lying to them, that experts are full of shit. There is no actual evidence that proves the Earth is flat. The whole conspiracy is based solely on the distrust of authority. That's it. And hey, I told you the answer was annoying. Why do people think the Earth is flat? The Earth is clearly round, right?
Do you believe that that's true?
What part?
I guess any.
I don't believe the world is round. I don't believe we've ever been to space. I don't believe in aliens. I don't believe in any of that shit. I think they're lying about all that. I think they lied about the Mars thing. I think they lied about going to the moon. I think they lie about every fucking thing. And they will not tell us this. There's so many benefits of them telling us that it's around Earth and that we've been to space. There's so many benefits for them. You know what I mean? Because if the world knew that there was no space and all that shit, there would be no climate change. Like there would be it'd be a lot of things that they're trying to feed us that wouldn't make sense. It's just control, man. But
I got one more clip.
okay.
He sent me this as well.
Bunking flat Earth in 60 seconds or less. We first proved the Earth was a sphere using a literal stick in the ground, so it's not hard to understand. Space looks different to people in the southern and northern hemispheres. I mean, compare the moons. This only makes sense if people in Australia are upside down relative to the northern hemisphere. And what about lunar eclipses? The Earth's shadow is cast onto the moon as a perfect circle. And what about our literal photos of Earth? Do flat earthers use GPS? Because GPS only works because of the satellites orbiting our very spherical Earth. And we can see other planets using telescopes. Why are they spherical but Earth isn't?
Thoughts?
The last point was decent.
I already said what I'm saying.
I already said what I said.
I mean, I could literally get videos.
No,
to
yeah,
show
I
you,
know. I
you know
know.
what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it's
I
just
know.
like,
I get it.
I
Well,
don't believe nothing that they tell us.
Yeah, that's fair.